Welcome back to another episode of Broken Silence. Let's talk about this. You know it's your girl Christine. Welcome to episode number 2. If you're just tuning in with me, hit that subscribe button, post notification button, and don't forget to like, comment, and share. Just like in my podcast, Broken Silence Real Talk, if you guys haven't subscribed already to it, it's on Spotify, Anchor, Google and off Apple Podcasts, Listen Notes, and many more. My gratitude for today is health. I'm grateful for my health, my children's health. Took the small things for granted, like being able to just call my dad and be like, hey, I'm outside your house, So grateful for my health and grateful for my family. I miss my family and miss my friends. I know that this time, COVID, and it's Christmas, okay? I'm just gonna say kudos to all the entrepreneurs, all the people who didn't know they were entrepreneurs, who are blooming in businesses during COVID time. I'm cheering for you guys. I'm clapping for you guys. If you have a small business, please leave it below in the comments so I can like, share, comment, and I will follow and support your business. And I'll share it on my Instagram page. If you guys aren't following me yet, it's Impact Over Intention. I just want to do a check-in with you guys. Mental health. It's COVID. As you guys already know, it's Christmas. Okay, especially, I'm not too sure if you guys are all aware, but Christmas is the time where depression and suicide rates skyrocket. As much as businesses are booming right now and the creativity of all the minds are being seen globally, which I'm so proud, there's a lot of people suffering in the back, and I just wanted to sit down and let's talk about it to make sure that you guys are good, to make sure I'm good so that we can maintain each other, And when I say maintain each other, it's about holding each other accountability. It's holding you accountable for you, because nobody's saving you from this thing called life. There's resources, there's tools, but a lot of people don't want to seek help. So that's why I started this YouTube channel, so that we can sit down, and if you guys don't want to see a therapist or don't want to go to counseling, hey, there's just someone to sit here and talk to you, that you can relate to, that's going through the similar things or relates to you in some type of way, or you relate to me. That's just real talk, right? For me personally, it's me just keeping my mindset and my goals and me going towards my goals, and stop letting, you guys ever heard the saying that never let your doubt take over your vision, and all the craziness that's going on, COVID, and everybody's mixed reviews about the vaccine, whether they're going to take it, whether they're not, all the ups and downs, it sidetracks us from life, from the ability to show our true happiness, because a lot of people are just showing fear right now, and we forget to love, we forget to show the happiness, the gratitude, the joy, because everybody's like in a panic mode right now. Everyone's in a frenzy right now because of COVID. And I just think that, hey, let's take that step back and ground ourselves again. Make sure we're okay. Sometimes you gotta reset. And in order to reset, it's recognizing that, you know what? I am scared. I am sad. I am feeling alone. I feel withdrawn. Because when we don't address those feelings, we slide into the depression. Then we tend to take on what we think is positive survival tactics. And correct me if I'm wrong, but a lot of us inherit negative patterns, trials, tribulations, hurdles, because we learned to adapt to toxic survival tactics. So in order to learn and heal from, depression, suicidal ideation, just sadness, we have to be able to unlearn the toxic traits that we have now taken on as survival tactics, and reach out to somebody. If you need help, you guys know I'm here for you, but a family member or a friend, a coworker, your neighbor, I don't care if it's your dog, for all I care. Everybody needs that release. And I think it's so important to do that, especially this time of year. Holiday season, as I said, suicide rates are up like this. Okay? And if anybody has ever lost family member or friend or a loved one, any type of loved one to suicide, my sincerest, deepest condolences. I myself have lost a family member to suicide in the past recent years. So I know when people say that suicide hits different. And I know that there's a lot of people who take on the guilt because as a family member or friend, you're like, yo, why didn't I see those signs? Or you feel like you could have been there for them more. Like, I imagine how this person must have been feeling alone, and they put on a smile every day. They were checking up on us to make sure we were okay, but we were so caught up in ourselves that we forgot to ask, hey, are you good? Do you want someone to talk to? So again, my sincere, deepest condolences to anybody who's lost a loved one to suicide. And please just know that it's not your fault. It's not your fault. And if you do need someone to talk to, I do have a phone number where I allow all my listeners from my podcast to text me on. It's 437-488-4871. And I do frequent giveaways, I do shout outs, and I even let my listeners come on my podcast and let's sit down and chit chat for a little bit. How are you guys doing? So I know, how are you guys doing? What are some things that you guys want to talk about as a mental health check-in? You know, we have to normalize something called sleep. Okay, I ain't gonna lie, my ass is tired right now, but I'm not exhausted. I know my limits, you know? There's that saying, an early bird gets the worm, but why does the early bird get the worm? Everyone talks about that. Yo, your grind, your hustle, your this, your that. But why does the early bird get the worm? The early bird gets the worm because the early bird is okay. That is why. The early bird knows what sleep is. The early bird knows what taking care of yourself is. The early bird knows what showing up your emotions is. That's why the early bird gets the worm, because the early bird is okay. Think of it as Jenga. When the Jenga blocks are all stacked up, it's solid. It's perfect. But what happens when life gets in the way? Emotions get in the way. Depression comes in the way. Trauma gets in the way. Toxic relations get in the way. Abuse gets in the way. Negative self-talk gets in the way. Doubt gets in the way. Peer pressure gets in the way. Haters get in the way. What happens? What happens when you pull that last block and it can't stand anymore? The foundation's not as solid before. So what happens when you pull that last block? That last block is you. So are you going to be that last block to pull and it crumbles down? Or are you going to be the block at the bottom that's going to hold the foundation? I just really want you guys to sit down and think about that for a second. Because we don't check on ourselves because we're so busy going. I don't care if you're a single mother or a single father. It doesn't matter. It just doesn't matter. If you are a parent, if you're not a parent, if you just the fact of caring for somebody else, you stop thinking about yourself. You stop putting yourself first. You put everybody else and everything else. You stop thinking about you. And when you stop thinking about you, you start to hate you. I had that point in my life where I stopped thinking about me to the point that I hated me because I hated the person I allowed myself to become. And it's my own fault because I never put myself in check. I wasn't there for myself. I had to unlearn certain things and relearn certain things a new way, because when you change the way you think, you change the way you feel. And a lot of us were feeling, well, I can speak for myself, but a lot of me was feeling helpless and hopeless, and I didn't have anybody to turn to. And the reality is, I did have people to turn to. It's I chose to turn to the wrong people because of the mentality that I had back then, right? And now, as you guys know, I'm a child and youth worker, and now I'm working on building up my own youth service called Broken Talents Youth Service Impact Over Intention. And I want to give that voice to people. Be that adult that I felt that I didn't have growing up. You know? When I say your impact has to be greater than your intention, I 100% mean that. Forget your intent into what your impact is. And what your impact is starts with you. You cannot impact somebody else's life if you're not impactful in your own life. Think of the whole, was it the half cup, glass empty, whatever that saying is, man. If your cup, because I'll tell you right now, I'm sipping on my green tea right now. It is cold, but if my cup isn't full, because it's not full right now, it's almost finished, to be honest with you. If my cup isn't full, how can I offer some to share with you if my cup isn't full? And if my cup is half, which is even less than half right now, it's probably at a quarter right now. So if my half is at a quarter, and I keep sharing, and I keep pouring, and I keep pouring, and I keep pouring, what's gonna be happen left? What's gonna happen? It's gonna be empty. And all I'm gonna do is be left with a pretty mug like a boss, but it's not gonna be whole on the inside. So if it's not whole on the inside, all you're gonna do is see a pretty outside. And that is what my fear is for a lot of us who are going into this season alone, with doubt. You know, this is what I do for my meditation. I'm a book. Got it from the dollar store. It says, I don't know if you guys can see it on the camera, it says, don't talk, act, don't say, show, don't promise, prove. And this is where I do my notes, my self-reflection, just reminding myself that I'm worthy, all that stuff, you know? People don't understand what the discipline of peace is. You know, people talk about the discipline of success, the discipline of your mind, but do you know what the discipline of peace is? Because if you understood what the discipline of peace is, you wouldn't allow yourself to take on certain things, to disturb your peace, to disturb your path, because you have to be disciplined with your peace. And being disciplined within your peace is knowing who you are, knowing your value, knowing your worth, knowing what you value within yourself. It's pretty much what it is. My peace of mind has come from a place of healing. It's come from a place of an abundance of willing to learn new things. Stop being ignorant to your own peace, because I was ignorant to my own peace because I was so stuck in a pattern of self-abuse that I couldn't see, because I didn't know what the discipline of peace was. There's I don't know if I can find it in here. I think I even wrote it down. Let me see if I share it with you guys. It's just a small little quote. It says, where is it? Oh, found it. Psychology of success is understanding the discipline of self-peace and love. I'm gonna say that again. Psychology of success is understanding the discipline of self-peace and love. And in order to start with self-peace and love, I started with stripping the labels off of myself. As I said in the last video, I am is the most powerful statement you can make about yourself. I tore off all the labels off of myself and I said, what do I want? What am I worth? What do I deserve? And I had to believe what I deserved, because we talk about it. We talk about all these things that we want in life, and you know, things that we want to share with people and stuff like that, but do we really think that we deserve it? Do we really think we deserve it? Because we say that we want it, and then 2 days later we're on the phone crying with our friends because we truly don't feel that we deserve it. Which I don't understand. adapted this thing called manifestation. And I'm gonna talk about that in my whole new in another video, but we talk about manifestation, but nobody understands what real manifestation is. Manifestation, you can't manifest anything unless you manifest yourself first. You can't seek something whole if you are not whole within yourself first. You can't. It's like what the saying is: preaching to the choir, the blind leading the blind. How can I ask you to hold my hand and let me help you if I haven't been able to reach out my hand and be like, I need help? You know what I'm saying? I'm asking for your help, but you can't ask me for my help. It doesn't work like that. It's understanding and it's recognizing and it's taking accountability within yourself. So I just wanted to check in with you guys, see how you guys are doing. This was just a quick little video. What are you guys? How are you guys? Like, it's on some real talk. How are you guys doing? What are your family gonna do for the holidays? Let me know. If you guys do need me, you guys know where to reach me. Impact Over Intention on Instagram. I will answer. I just want you guys to just know that there's a people out there like me. You know, don't hold your emotions in. That's why I started this YouTube channel, so that we can all come together as a Broken Silence family. My phone and my remote just keeps slipping. It's uncomfortable. Messing up my pants, my nice silky pants. Jeez, sorry guys. But it's just, you know, we gotta stop glittering up our lives. You know, we can't stop taking on other people's lie and living it as your truth. That's what we need to stop doing. Stop taking on other people's lives because you don't know what happens behind closed doors. And stop living it as your truth. Because you can go and you can put on the most designer stuff. I don't care what you do. You can't run from yourself. You can't run from yourself. Like, after I get off this video, I'm gonna go meditate, because that's what I need to do for myself, to keep myself sane, right? To keep myself happy. This is what I do. You know, this is my truth. I'm able to say, like, yeah, I need my me time. It's okay to be like, oh, you know what? I need a break from my kids. It's okay. Because they're sleeping right now. Well, at least I think they are, because you know how children are. When you say goodnight and then they hear that you're talking, they're just, their ears are so big, so they're probably listening to this entire conversation. And then when I go upstairs, good night, mommy. Yeah, I was just turning. But I know that when my kids go to sleep, this is my me time. This is my me time, and I choose to spend it with you guys, because I know that me sitting down and doing a mental health check-in with you guys doesn't take away from me. Because if it took away from me, I wouldn't be able to do it. As I just said, I can't share anything with you guys if I'm not full first. Okay? Just wanted to do a quick check-in with you guys. If you guys haven't already, go purchase my book, Hidden Truths, Broken Silence. It's available on Amazon.com, Amazon.ca, and apparently there's so many Amazons I had no idea about, but any Amazon that's international, go check it out. Hidden Truths, Broken Silence. It's also available Walmart.com, Target, Barnes & Noble, Chapters Indigo. As I said, they take forever to show up online, but it's coming. What else? Where else? I just got another notification that my book was somewhere else. I had no idea. I think it's Book Depository. As I think I said, Walmart.com. Book is international. It's being compared to Sister Soldier's The Coldest Winter Ever. If you haven't already, I know Sister Soldier's coming out with a new book soon. And I'm telling you, I'm grabbing that because I can relate to it. You know, so again, if you guys rock with me, buy my book. I'll see you guys in my next video, where we're gonna talk about manifestation and what it really means and how to do it properly. All right, this was another episode of Broken Silence. Let's talk about this. Thanks for tuning in. Peace.